If you're planning to move to Dubai, here is the ultimate guide, literally everything you will need to know if you're planning to move here and if you're planning to live a good stress-free life. And let's get right into exactly what you need to know. Now, moving to Dubai is an amazing thing for a lot of people. It is basically the sign of kind of you made it in life. Moving to Dubai is simply an achievement. I am from Canada, and of course I love my country. It's a beautiful country. Unfortunately, I don't like what it's kind of become, but we're not going to get into that today. Great country, but I cannot compare it to Dubai because in terms of the development this city has, and of course the entire country too, it is just on another level. I mean, every service is available here. You know, the quality of life is just fantastic. The safety is just amazing, and honestly, there is just so much to do, and I just love it because on top of all this, it's also extremely friendly for business owners, of course, boasting a really low corporate tax rate and a 0% income tax. This is a city of opportunity, and all these other cities around the world could just not compare to it, in my opinion. Now, if you're planning to move to Dubai, there is a couple things you need to know because there's 3 different ways you can go about this. If you're an employee, for example, you're a nurse. I just got on a call with a nurse the other day, and she told me, Kevin, I want to move to Dubai as a nurse. How can you help me? Well, I told her there's 3 options. Number 1 is you make an investment, whether it's into a fund, real estate, you name it, an investment. The second way is by setting up your own company. And the third way is by being employed by an employer here in the UAE. And she told me, Kevin, 1, 2, so investment and setting up my own business is not an option for me. The option would be by being employed. Now, this is the most popular way of moving to the UAE. A lot of people move to Dubai to sell real estate, of course Abu Dhabi too, but they move to Dubai to sell real estate, and that's a lot of how the employment comes from. And there's a lot of other stuff in the service industry, working in hotels, restaurants, you name it. This is how the majority of the people in the UAE get there. Now, the second most popular way is, in my opinion, by setting up a business here. So imagine you're a digital business owner, you're a marketing agency owner, you have a graphic design agency, a development firm, whatever it may be. This is super easy for you to set up your business in Dubai. All you have to do is set up your company in a free zone. We handle the entire process for you, and in just about 30 days, the entire process will be done. So your company set up, your visa process, your Emirates ID, your bank account opening in 30 days, all of this will be done. And the beauty is you can start receiving payments and you can become a taxable resident in the UAE and start paying 0% income tax by moving your business here, and of course by moving yourself here as well. So this is the most popular way, the second most popular way to move to the UAE. And of course, you don't only have to set up in a free zone. For example, if you have a barbershop and you want to take your talent to Dubai and you want to set up a new barbershop in the UAE, you can also do that with a mainland setup, which of course we can help you with this entire process as well, so that you can do it without an issue and not wasting a lot of money and time and stress on doing everything wrong. So guys, if you want to set up a free zone company or a mainland company in Dubai or in the UAE, please feel free to book a call with us in the description or comment section down below. Now, the third way, and one of the most well-known ways to move to the UAE, is by getting a golden visa. Now, this is simply an amazing opportunity for people to get residency, not only themselves, but also their entire family. So when you get a golden visa, not only do you get it, but your wife, your kids also get it. Immediate family, so your parents would not be getting it. However, of course, this is fantastic for everybody to be able to get residency in the UAE with a 2 million dirham investment, which is roughly around $544,000. The currencies are pegged, so that will not change. You will grant your family and yourself, of course, a 10-year golden visa. Now, this is not the only option. There's also a 1 million dirham investment, and actually just under that as well, for different amount of years. I'm not going to say it on this video because they might change, because it frequently changes, but these are the other options that you can go with. Now, at the start, I mentioned that it could be into real estate, a fund. Now, there's so many different things you can invest to, but of course, the most popular way is by investing into real estate, because we all need a house to live in, place to stay. So this is a very popular way to go about it. So now that you figured out how you're going to move to Dubai, whether it's through investment, business setup, or just by being employed by someone else, here's what you need to know once you move to Dubai. The first thing I want to say is that Dubai is an extremely progressive city. It's not like a lot of people believe A lot of people call me and say, Kevin, like, is it still like it was back in the day? No, it is not at all. They have really developed the city into a very progressive place. I feel like I'm just at home, like I am in Canada, in Dubai, except for I like Dubai a lot more. Plus, it's a lot safer. Again, we can name a lot of different things, but it is extremely progressive. So when you're here, whether you're a Christian or any other religion, you will not be discriminated against. You will be living your life like normal. But of course, the UAE is a Muslim country, so you have to respect the Muslim tradition. So here's a few things you need to know. Number one, you cannot curse in public. Do not do this. Do not put out the middle finger in public. Do not show public affection in public. So don't be kissing people, hugging, all that kind of stuff. Please try to avoid that when you're here in Dubai. I know it's progressive and you probably will see people doing it, but it is just not the right thing to do. Do not dress inappropriately in the wrong places, okay? If you're at a beach, of course, you can wear a bathing suit or a bikini, but if you're in a mall, do not do this, do not wear this. Please be respectful when you're in public. In addition to that, do not drink in public. Yes, in Dubai, you can drink alcohol. A lot of restaurants have alcohol, bars have alcohol, but you cannot drink in public, so please avoid that. Do not bring your beer out on a walk and or at the park and start drinking. Do not do that. Another thing that's really important is to not speak badly about the royal family. That is something that I highly recommend you to not do. This is a very bad thing to do. These people literally built this entire city. They should be shown the most amount of respect because they've literally created a place for you to enjoy and live happily. And one last thing that I want to mention is do not just start taking pictures and videos of random people in public without their consent or in areas where you should not be doing this. Now, me, myself, as a content creator, I did not know this and of course learned it ever since. So please be mindful of who you're taking videos of, where you're taking videos of, because of course this might not be okay depending on where you are. And actually, one more very important thing, please, when you come to Dubai, don't bring anything that is illegal in Dubai. For example, cannabis, do not bring that. Do not bring any sort of drugs or illegal substance. This is definitely not recommended. You will be in trouble if you do that. So please avoid bringing illegal substances. All right, so let's move on to the next stage of things that you need to know. Food delivery, because obviously you're gonna need to eat. I highly recommend that you use what is called Careem. It's a very popular app here in the UAE for food delivery, flower delivery, massages, literally whatever you want, you could get delivered to your house. So I highly recommend you use Careem, of course. Even for transportation, they have that as well in the app. Ton of different things. And if you don't want to use that, then of course you can use Uber as well. Moving on to the next stage, we're gonna talk about weather, because of course weather is very important. So me myself, I love the warm weather in the UAE. However, I don't like it in the summer. It's a little too hot for me. For you, it might be perfect, but for me, it is a little bit hot. So what I recommend is to be in Dubai and the UAE during the winter, spring, fall, and in the summer, you can stay if you want, but for me, I like to travel to other places because it gets a little bit too hot. Sometimes, between 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. So if you can handle it, then, proud of you, good for you. But for me personally, this is the time where I will not be there. However, the rest of the year is simply amazing. The weather is literally perfect, being like the same exact weather every single day with beautiful sunshine. The winter is the best time to go to the UAE, and that's why everybody's in Dubai in the winter. Plus in New Year's, we have the amazing celebration where the Burj Khalifa has the fireworks. Simply an amazing time to go. And if you're coming here, you're probably wondering, Kevin, do I need to speak Arabic to live in Dubai? And the answer is no, you don't. However, it is the official language of the country of the UAE, but English is widely spoken here. Literally everybody who's here speaks English. So if you speak English, you're good to go. If you speak Arabic, you're also good to go. Now, the next thing that a lot of people ask me is, Kevin, when I move to Dubai, do I have to get residency? And the answer is kind of yes and no. You don't have to get residency. You can stay here as a tourist. However, if you're staying for too long, of course, past your specific amount of days, for me, for example, it's 30 days as a Canadian. If I'm staying past that 30 days, I have to pay an additional fee, which is not that much money, but it's roughly around 350 Canadian dollars per month to extend a visa. So I would kind of recommend to just get your residency if you're planning on moving here long term, because you also need an Emirates ID for long-term rentals, for banking, etc. So if you're actually planning on moving here, then make sure you actually have your Emirates ID and your actual residency. All right, so what about accommodations? Where will you look for a place to stay? Now, there's a lot of platforms you can use, but I recommend Airbnb, of course. It is, a great platform. You're very well protected there. But I also recommend other platforms like Property Finder and Do Bizzle. A lot of good options on those platforms as well. But if you're just staying short term, I highly recommend Airbnb. And if you're staying long term, then Dubizzle might be the better option for you. And one thing that's very popular here in the UAE is paying upfront for the entire year or for a majority of the year. Of course, there's a ton of different plans that your landlord and you can agree upon, but this is very common to pay for the entire year upfront. And one thing that I want to mention is the speed of delivery for food and other services in Dubai. It is extremely fast. You're gonna order food and it'll be at your house before you even know it, compared to other places, you know, like Poland or in Europe, for example, where it takes so long for food to get delivered to your house. Even in Asian countries as well, it takes so long. Again, even in Canada, US, it takes a long time. But in Dubai, it is so fast, like you won't even believe it. So if you enjoyed this video and want to move your business to Dubai and want to start paying 0% income tax, feel free to book a call with us down below and we would be more than happy to have a discussion with you.